So bro, I don't even know if I want to do this. Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna say, but I don't know, bro. Like, what do I even say? So I think you and me need to have a conversation. You know, I know I haven't been the best to you in the past. You know, we've both done things to hurt each other. But, you know, I think you've seen it recently. You know, I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do better for you. I'm trying to do better for me. And, you know, lately this hasn't been working out. You know, this isn't fun anymore. And, you know, if I'm being honest, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. Like, I keep buying you all of these nice parts. You know, I always try to get you the best of the best. And, you know, you're still not running like you're supposed to. And, you know, like I said, I'm trying to make this work. You know, we've been doing this for about 7 years now. And like I said, this just isn't fun for me anymore. And I don't know what to do at this point. You know, I'm lost. You know, I was talking to Blackjack the other day. She was telling me how she feels neglected. You know, I spend a lot of time in here with you, and, you know, Blackjack feels like, you know, she's not getting the attention she deserves. And like I said, I don't know what we do from here. Like, do we just go our separate ways? Like, I know 7 years is a long time, and I'm very emotionally attached, but I gotta do what's best for me. And lately this just hasn't been working out, and I've been trying to make it work, but you're not cooperating. You know, I'm holding up my end of this deal, and you're not. You know, it's hard for me. It's been very hard, especially this past year, these past 6 months. I'm trying, it's not working, and I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I'm tired. I don't want to say I'm done, because I'm not done yet. But the way things are looking, like, unless something drastic changes, then I don't know. You know, I really thought we were past this. Like, I really thought, you know, this car was actually going to be somewhat reliable, but, you know, obviously I was wrong. I don't know, I'm kind of over it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired. And let me explain what happened, alright? So, basically, last weekend, I think it was on Saturday night, I went out to go get some food, right? Everything was going good, the car was running right. You know, I got to the place where I was picking up said food. My car did this really weird thing. So as you guys know, it's an automatic, which, you know, it'll be relevant in a little bit. Now, if it was a manual, I can completely understand it, but this thing stalled out on me. I'm like, it's an automatic. How does it stall out? Like, it's not a manual? Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Let me backtrack a little bit before that. I had a little something else planned. You know, I got a new gauge cluster in, you know, put it in the car. Everything was working fine and got all the gauges working. You know, speedometer, odometer, the little trip meter, gas gauge, all that other stuff. Basically, the only other issue I have with this thing that I've been dealing with for like 6 months now that I still can't figure out. But basically, I get to the place. You know, everything is going good. It wasn't even that far. It was like 5 minutes just down the street from my house. I get there, I park. My car starts to kind of like sputter out a little bit. Like I said, it stalled out, and then it just turned off, and I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Like, I don't really know what's going on with this. I did what I literally just did here. Popped the hood, popped on the battery charger. It started right back up again. So I was like, okay, well, that was kind of weird. I don't know what's going on with that, but I got the car back on, right? So I figured, okay, you know, we're good. We weren't good. As soon as it took the battery charger off, it stalled out again, and then it wouldn't like stay on, basically. And I don't know what happened. Like, all I really did Like I said, I put in the new gauge cluster and that was it. Like, I didn't touch anything else on the car. Okay, well actually that's not a lie. Before I put the new gauge cluster in, I was actually, you know, checking some other things here and there to see like what was going on with the car in terms of like why the gauge cluster itself wasn't working. I was actually going to make that into a video, but you know, stuff happens. This is what I did. I took the old gauge cluster out, you know, I checked the back. Obviously like some of the wires in the back were a little bit messed up. That's not important, you know, that got replaced. I don't even know where it is anymore. It might be in the trash by now. I was talking to one of my coworkers. He's actually going to school for automotive like mechanic and stuff like that. Me, I just got my degree from YouTube. He actually knows what he's doing. I kind of don't, but he was like, oh yeah, you know, check your cluster, check all your grounds. Basically all this like stuff. Check the cluster. I checked all my grounds. I even checked a couple fuses, right? The cluster, we know that's probably like our main culprit, which is why I bought another one. The grounds, everything was good. The one right here in the engine bay, that one was good. It's got three like right, like in the center console, like where the, not the center console, I guess like where the radio is, like right behind there. It's got three of them. Those three were good. And then it has one more on the floor over here on this side. That one was good. So all those grounds are good. Gauge cluster is still not working. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and replace that. I went ahead and replaced it. Again, I thought we were good. You know, I even test drove it around the block and everything. Like I said, everything was working fine until I turned my car off. I left it for a couple hours, came back, and like I said, I went to go get food and then it stopped working. If you get anything from the story is don't get a project car. Cars are pain. I'm kind of over this car right here, if I'm being honest. But you know, we're gonna try to see what we got going on with this. We're gonna see if we can fix it. And I guess we'll go from there. While my car is charging, let me just show you guys. So this right here is actually the new cluster. It looks exactly the same as the old one, but the old one's actually right here. As we all know, for the past 6 months, I've been trying to get this thing to work. Okay, basically all of these stopped working. Where it used to be, you know, these would work, and then occasionally, like, these two would also work. My main issue is getting this one to work. I don't care about the rest of these. If I can get this one and this one to work, which in my opinion are the most important ones, then we're good, right? So I figured, okay, you know, I'll check all my grounds. 3 back here, 1 down there, 1 in the engine bay. We replace this, we should be good, right? Wrong. Okay. I bought a new one, and as you can see, you know, it was working. They're like, hey, you know, how come your mileage is still the same? Well, I took it apart, I replaced like the LED lights. Basically, if you watch the video where I replaced this the first time, or I fixed this the first time, then I basically just redid that again with this one. I got the new LED lights. I swapped out the little gear that's like back here that controls like this one. Basically, you can take, you know, this little, the little piece out back here that like has your mileage. It controls this gauge, and then put it in the new one, which is what I did. 116,000 miles that my car actually has versus 153 on this one. I'm gonna go with what my car actually, you know, says it has, allegedly. I figured, hey, you know, we get this one, we're probably good, right? Wrong. I don't know, like, it still went out. I'm tired, you know, I just want to get this done. I've been trying to fix this for 6 months now. I don't know anymore. Really, like, I'm tired. I don't know what to fix. When it comes to electrical stuff, I'm kind of lost. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing. So like I said, one of my coworkers, he actually goes to like mechanic school. He goes to UTI. You know, I was talking to him about, you know, what I got going on with my car, because, you know, the shop's been slow. We really haven't had much to do other than, you know, just shoot the shit. You know, he told me, he was like, hey, you know, check your grounds, check your cluster, do all that stuff, and, you know, go from there, right? So again, I checked all that. I thought we were good, right? We're not good. He mentioned something about like a parasitical, or I don't know what he said exactly. It was like about a week ago, week and a half. It's where like the electrical components in your car are still using power in your car even though it's not on, which is weird. I don't know. I feel like at this point my car probably does have that, because like I said, I checked all my grounds. Everything was good. Unless this new cluster is also bad, which I highly doubt, because apparently the dude I bought it from, he's got a whole bunch of these. Somehow he tests them like before he sells them, and apparently they're good. Do I just go get my money back? What are we doing here? Let me show you guys what's going on, and then we'll see how I'm gonna try to fix this, because I don't know anymore. Here's the weird part. The car does actually start. Okay, it takes a little bit, but the car actually does start. These 3 are working. I want to say that's working, and then these are the only ones I couldn't get working. So the gas gauge was also working for a little bit. Took it out for a test drive, and it just stopped working. I don't know. Again, I'm still trying to figure this out. The car does start. Now let me show you what it does actually. Right now the car is fine. It's on. It's running. Got no issues, right? Watch what happens when I take off the battery charger. You see that? As soon as I take it off, the car just turns off and then it doesn't turn back on anymore. Usually, like, look at that. Like, the key was still in there. Usually it would have just like stalled out, but like right now, I have no charge. Like the whole time I've been filming this, I've been in here for about 15 minutes now. The charger has been on it the whole time. So you would think the battery would be charging, right? No, I don't know what's going on with this anymore. Like I really, like I'm stumped and I'm tired of this car, bro. Like I fixed something and then something else breaks and I'm just like, what the fuck? So really, I have no idea what I'm about to do. I am gonna light this car on fire, honestly. I'm not gonna do that. I have too much invested in this, too much time and money, and emotionally, I think that's my issue. I'm gonna start with this right here. The weird thing is, I took my car to work to, you know, get some services done. While I was there, I figured, you know, hey, you know, let me test my battery, see where we're at that, what is charge looking like. Everything came out fine. Like, I'll even post the results like on screen right here or something like that. Battery was fine, so I don't know like what's going on with this, and it was like perfectly fine up until last weekend. I'm gonna mess with this and then probably go from there. Oh, I went ahead and checked the battery, make sure everything was tight. We got the car back on. Now watch this. You see this right here? As soon as I take that off, it shuts down again, and I don't know why, bro. Like, I hook it back on, everything's good. Like, literally, just it stalls out. Oh, now it won't even start. Yay! Oh, I hate this car.